Do you have some gigantic, big ass dreams that you want to go for? Maybe you want to be a multi-millionaire or multi-billionaire, but you just think that you struggle with the accountability and procrastination to actually achieve it? Watch this video because we are breaking down how to set some strong goals to achieve those big ass dreams and get you accountable so you stop procrastinating and start achieving. I'm Kimberly Spencer, founder of crownyourself.com, and I help visionary leaders in the formative stages of their business build their empire so they stand out fearlessly and make the income and impact that they deserve. And our video today is inspired by one of our Crown Yourself community members, Simone from Atlanta, Georgia. And Simone says, "What I want is to be a multi-billionaire, but what's stopping me is my lack of accountability, constant procrastination, and to top it off, I'm a single parent to 3 littles." Now, I just want to acknowledge that as a single mother of 3 littles, you have the best and the hardest job in the world. That being said, there was a piece of advice years ago, back in 2017, when I was working with a coach, that my coach shared with me. And she said that your children can either be your biggest assets or your biggest excuse. Now, I understand the difficulty of what it takes to do anything with 3 littles, let alone as a single parent. And so what I see from this question alone is that you're already making it harder on yourself by creating dreams and goals that are not, or at least what I perceive from the context of this question, within the scope of realism. Now, what I mean by this is realistic is a completely relative term. Can you become a multi-billionaire? Absolutely. 1000%. There are multi-billionaires out there like Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. And there need to be more women added to that list. Just saying. So first of all, what I hear from this question is that the only thing preventing you from achieving that big ass goal of being a multi-billionaire is lack of accountability, procrastination, and being the single mom of 3 kids, which we're not denying that that is a challenging feat. I know many single parents who have a great support network, who are making 6 figures, 7 figures, but they're not yet at that multi-billion-dollar level, who probably have the lifestyle that you think that it takes multi-billions of dollars to achieve. So from this perspective and from this belief, I have seen a lot of people not go for their big ass goals that they say they want because they actually feel so out of reach and unattainable that it's easy to use that excuse that if you just needed to be a little bit more accountable and not procrastinate and have someone to watch your kids from time to time so you're not fully single momming it, that would give you multi-billions of dollars. And if that were the case, we would have a lot more multi-billionaires out there. So what I'm seeing from this question is less about the procrastination, accountability, and the fact that you're a single mom, and more about the fact that you're making it harder on yourself to achieve the goals that you want to achieve financially, in business, or otherwise, to get to that level of lifestyle that you perceive having multi-billions of dollars will give you. You see, what happens when we set goals or we have a big dream that we put so far outside of ourselves that it's not even in the realm of what we would consider attainable or realistic, then it allows us to default to that dream and default to our excuses like not having the accountability, procrastinating, and having 3 kids. So why are you making it harder on yourself? So let's first bring that big ass goal into the realm of realistic and attainable. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the word realistic because realistic is completely relative. What's realistic as a goal for me may not be realistic as a goal for you. So for example, what's realistic as a goal for me is going for a 100K month. What's realistic for many of my clients is getting their first 10K month. It requires the same energetic principles, but it's them perceiving that they can achieve a 100K month is very different because it's not within the realm of their belief system. So our belief system and our money that we have is kind of like a thermostat, and it's relative to our identity. And so like a thermostat, we set the temperature for a certain temperature that we're very used to and comfortable at. When it gets too hot, like multi-billion dollars of hot, then that is beyond our realm of comfort or what we perceive to be comfortable. And so we adjust and we regulate back to that realm where it feels comfortable, where we're used to, where we're accustomed. So realistic is relative to what you perceive your comfort level to be in terms of income and money. Now, when you create a goal of millions, multi-millions, billions, or multi-billions, it puts that goal outside of the realm of relativity and attainability, so it's easy to default to those excuses. Like, just you need to be more accountable and stop procrastinating and have someone to watch your kids from time to time. When really it's because that goal is not within the realm of realistic for you. So let's first stop making it harder on ourselves and get that goal within the realm of realistic. Now, I think it was my first YouTube video that I ever did back in 2017 was all about how to use NLP to set SMART goals. And you can go watch my little baby entrepreneur self and the level of confidence that I had and watch that video. That being said, what SMART goals stand for is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound.
Hey there, my fellow sovereigns. If you are loving this episode and the wisdom bombs that are just being dropped, and the fact that one of the strategies has been to get on podcasts, and you're like, how do I get on 3 podcasts per month? Well then, queens, I got you back. We have just launched our Communication Queens guest podcasting agency, where not only do we get you booked on podcasts that are right for your niche and your ideal audience, but I teach you how to leverage those podcast appearances so that you start profiting from guest podcasting. Guest podcasting has brought in over $110,000 in new business alone for our business. And it has been one of the funnest, easiest ways to get new clients and get new customers. And if your genius zone is sharing your story and you just love sharing those tips and tricks that kind of just fall out of your mouth naturally, then book a discovery call down below with my team, and we will see how we can get guest podcasting to work for you and your business.
So specific is, what specific number do you actually need to achieve the level of income, wealth, freedom, and the lifestyle that you desire? A lot of times, it's not what you think it is. So Tony Robbins, in his book Money, Master the Game, gives a fantastic example of this principle. When he asked his audience about what they needed to achieve their perceived level of their freedom metric, of that amount of money in their investments, in their funds that they could have achieved and received, that they get to have the freedom and lifestyle that they desire, one person said, I need $1 billion to achieve this. But when they really broke it down as to what he wanted, and what he wanted was like a jet, a few houses, a few properties, when he really broke it down to what he wanted, he didn't need $1 billion. He just needed a few million. And from that perspective, it brought that dream, the goal, the lifestyle that he desired actually within the realm of realistic and within the realm of attainable. So it brought that goal into his realm of possibility, instead of having it be outside as just a pipe dream. So my question to you is, what do you actually want? Like, what level of lifestyle do you actually desire that you perceive requires $1 billion? And then actually write it out, what you want, list it out, and look up estimated price points. So for example, if you want 50 Chanel bags, what's the average cost of a Chanel bag? Put that down and then multiply it by 50. Same with if you want a closet full of Louboutins, or if you want to be able to just go on a shopping spree whenever you desire into any luxury store. How much do you want to spend on a house? Where do you want to buy a house? Do you want a jet? How much does a G5 cost, or a G4 cost, or a G6 cost? Really list out what it is that you desire. If you want to go to luxury hotels, look at some of the top luxury hotels. How much do they cost to stay for a week? And then put that cost down in your list. So you can take about 2 hours to do this activity, to get really specific on what it is that you desire, what level of lifestyle do you desire for your family, for your kids, how much does college cost for the colleges that you want them to go to, what houses do you want to provide, what level of income do you want to provide to them, what generational wealth do you want to provide to them. Put all of that down, list it all out, and then tally and add it up. I bet you it's not going to be multi-billions of dollars. And what I've seen, having coached leaders and entrepreneurs for the past 5 years, is that typically their number is a couple million or is around multiple millions, but it's actually not multiple billions. And so the thing is that multiple millions can bring that goal into the realm of attainability in this lifetime. Now, once we brought that goal into the realm of attainability and made it somewhat realistic, remembering that realistic is completely relative, when that goal is realistic and within the realm of attainability, then you can actually set a plan in place for how do you go about achieving that? How do you go about receiving that level of income? And more importantly, and most importantly, who do you need to be to receive that? So a couple of things that you said that you're already not being is you're not being accountable and you're procrastinating on the things that you believe will allow you to receive that. So what do you need to start being more responsible about? Maybe it's looking at your finances on a daily basis, or responsibly investing, or hiring a fiduciary or wealth management company to be able to support you in growing your wealth. Maybe your procrastination being more accountable is creating a support system around you and tapping into people who can really support you in what it is that you want to achieve and build. Maybe you need to be more courageous in just going for your dreams. Because here's the thing, as a single mom of 3 kids, one of the greatest gifts you can ever give your children is encouraging them to go for their dreams. But as a fellow parent, we both know that kids listen far less to what we say we're gonna do and to what we tell them to do, and they listen far more to what we do. So yes, encourage your kids to go for their dreams, but they will only learn how to do that if you have the courage to go for yours. You demonstrating the commitment, the responsibility, the discipline that it takes to have the courage to consistently, daily lean into building that dream based on that freedom metric, that SMART freedom metric that you decided and discerned is actually what it is that you want, that it will actually provide for the level of lifestyle that you desire. From there, showing them the courage, responsibility, discipline, and commitment that it takes to go for that. That is the greatest gift you can ever give your children, is demonstrating that to them. Because otherwise, telling them that they can achieve their dreams, but you not going for yours, is hypocrisy. And I know that's a bit of a challenging statement, and it's a bit of a gut punch, especially for moms. But so many people want big things, and they want big things for their kids. And yet, like my business coach said back in 2017, your kids can either be your greatest asset or your greatest excuse. Allow your kids to be your greatest asset, to be what Simon Sinek says is your why, the why that you're going for what it is that you're going for. You have 3 little people who subconsciously are holding you accountable, because every time that you get to look in their little faces, and as a single mom, that's a lot, you can be reminded of going for that dream, that goal, that desire to build that lifestyle and that financial freedom that will actually provide them with tools, resources, and most importantly, a testimony that their mom had the courage, the commitment, and was responsible enough to go for her dreams. And that is how you become a walking, living, breathing testimony for possibility, instead of someone who is saying one thing, that they can go for their dreams, that they can do whatever they want to do in this lifetime, that they can build whatever they want to build, but not actually demonstrating that for yourself. Because if that's the case, then that's hypocrisy. So you have the benefit and the blessing of having 3 little mirrors, 3 little whys staring at you and holding you accountable to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. So every time you look at them, let them be what in NLP we call an anchor. So a trigger, a emotional response of, yes, today I'm going to keep that commitment of just doing this next one step, this next one thing that's going to further me to that goal of achieving and receiving that SMART number that you have decided upon and broken down. And from that space, you will no longer allow yourself to procrastinate. Tell me in the comments what you loved about this video and if this served. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with your friends. As always, my fellow sovereigns, own your throne. Mind your business, because your reign is now. That just means it's going to be better. Recorded a whole video without sound. Queen bee tip. Always check that your mic is on.